Yeah, into a new vibration. With another video, yes. Listen, that Beyonce song, okay? If you are from Philly, if you are from Jersey, okay? If you are from New Orleans, you are feeling the vibration of the song. Now, I do sound therapy, and sound therapy we use it we use sound waves and sound to evoke healing, right? And so when I heard the song, I said, B, what you know that we don't know, okay? What's up with this frequency? But I love it. 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 She's on to something. She got it. She understands. And I played that song before this video so I can have high energy, because you know what? I haven't had my kava kava tea yet. And if I haven't had my kava kava, you know we're going to have a banging video. So get yourself a pen. We're going to go deep on this one. This is going to be so deep, okay? And you might need to get a supportive friend, because we're going to not only go deep, but we might ruffle a little feathers. Okay, with me, come with me, come with me. We're going on a journey, okay? Come with me on this journey. Come with your sister Rima on this journey, okay? Grab my hand. Grab my hand. Come on. Don't be shy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Grab my hand and come on with me to this journey. Close your eyes. Grab my hand and close your eyes. I want you to go back to elementary school, okay? In your memory, go back to elementary school. Okay? I hope you got my hand, right? I'm with you. I got you. Go back to elementary school. And I want you, we're going back to kindergarten class, okay? We're going back to see your first grade teacher. Can you smell the first day of school? Can you smell what that smelling feels like? Can you feel your book bag on your back? Okay, keep your eyes closed. I still got your hand, okay? I want you to smell what the first day of school looks like. I want you to feel it and see your first grade teacher. What is her name? What's her name? I want you to say her name in your head, okay? Because we're going somewhere with this. I promise you, we're going somewhere. My first grade teacher, I believe her name was Miss Patricia, okay? Stay in your head. Keep your eyes closed. We're on a journey, okay? You're coming with me, and I'm coming with you. So hold on. I'm going somewhere with this. I believe her name was Miss Patricia, or at least that's what I called her. And Patricia doesn't sound like a real name. I'm assuming this is what my little head made up about her, okay? That her name was Patricia. And Miss Patricia had a certain scent. She smelled like ShopRite lemon cookies. Yes, because when I was 26, I found the cookies that my first grade teacher used to give us as a snack, and I found it on accident. I was in ShopRite, and my big old son, not the big one, but the big one, asked for some lemon cookies, and I got them. And when I smelled it, I opened the pack and I smelled it. It brought back so many emotions, and I started crying because I remembered I was a little tot, and this was the cookie that my teacher used to put on everyone's desk, or on our desk as a snack for being well behaved. And I remember that smell, and I remember all of the feelings that came from that moment. So I want you in your head to go back to kindergarten, elementary school, and I want you to remember your first grade teacher. Can you see her? Because in my mind's eye, Miss Patricia's hair is white and gray. It's kind of white with these gray stripes in it. She's a Caucasian woman. And she would give us a snack, and it was one lemon cookie. that I found years later. Go back in your memory bank, okay? I want you to see your teacher, see her, smell her, him, her, whomever. But we're going back to elementary school, okay? Once you do that, I want you to come back with me here in the present, okay? Come back with me here in the present, okay? You can let my hand go. Go ahead, let it go. We're safe, okay? I took you back to that moment for a reason, okay? All the little girls across the world, they might need this video because this video is going to be deep. Miss Teacher loved me in a way that I knew that I was one of the special students, because I remember she used to put my gold star and she used to say, "Your pretty little self." I remember what that felt like. Not only was I being affirmed at home, but I was being affirmed by my first grade teacher, okay? She made me feel extremely safe. She made me feel like I could do anything. I could read anything. Like, I remember whenever she would give me a star, I remember feeling like I didn't just do something for me. I did something as a payback to her because I felt what she was giving me. It felt authentic. And it wasn't my mother, it wasn't my auntie, it was my first grade teacher who introduced me to a plant called the Pussy Willow. And if you don't know what the Pussy Willow is, let me go ahead and show you guys. Here's the Pussy Willow. Imagine me being a young tot, being exposed to this plant, because where I'm from, there's a lot of tall buildings, brick walls, gravel. It's a very rough environment, cement and concrete, and 14 stairs with 11 flights of them. The environment was very concrete, very hard. But Miss Petitia was very soft and feminine. And she had a certain way with her when she was affirming me. And that was very good, Karima. Go ahead and put your star up on the board. And I will put my star on the board. And I remember her saying that at the end of this assignment, which was her bringing in the Pussy Willows for everybody to see, that whoever was well behaved for the whole week would be able to take home the Pussy Willows, because there was one thing she wanted us to learn, is that everything that's beautiful will die. And that she wanted me to know that the Pussy Willow bloom was temporary. I was a little girl and I still remember this. I was going to take the Pussy Willow home. The school day was over. And she had given it to me, and she wanted everybody to praise me because I was a good student for the week. Okay? I remember that feeling of feeling so happy. And I remember feeling what it was like, what well-behaved children, what if I behave well, then there's a benefit, right? I remember touching the fuzziness of the Pussy Willows and so excited. And this little girl saw my excitement and saw me being praised. And she could not take it. And she snatched my Pussy Willows from me and threw them on the ground and started stomping on them. And I remember Miss Petitia taking her and dragging her back. That is not okay. And it wasn't good. I remember crying hysterically. Okay? That was my first introduction to jealousy. Hold right there. I know you're going to say, well, Karima, in your book you said that this part of femininity in us doesn't show up to at an age around 17, right? But I need you to understand something. And this is the whole purpose of the book, okay? Everything that you are to become, you already are. Hear me. Everything you are to become, you already are. In some aspects, okay? When that little girl took my Pussy Willows and stomped on them, they meant so much to me as a young girl that even in their brokenness, I still wanted to take them home. My teacher kept saying, they're ruined, I'll get you more. And I wanted those because she had given them to me. And I waited all week. I was preparing all week. I was good all week. I was reading all week. I wanted those Pussy Willows, and this little girl destroyed them. But what she didn't destroy was the fact that I still found value in the thing that was broken. You have those little girls who are able to still find value in the things that are broken. But then you also have those little girls who their environment, their their behaviors and so forth, that even when they're little, they find pleasure in stripping you of that thing that gives you joy. Perhaps it was the teacher singling out one person versus giving everyone something, okay? Giving it to me evoked a level of jealousy, not just in her, but whoever was else in the class. She was the one who was brave enough to act on it, right? But what I am trying to teach you here is that, okay, everything that you are going to become on this feminine journey, you already are. And you know the saying, success leaves clues? Well, femininity leaves clues. The mean girls in high school, they're the board of the HOA. The mean girls in high school are now on the boards of the HOA and are complaining that you have a motorcycle in your driveway, and that is not in the HOA guidelines. The mean girls in high school, okay, are the girls who are, let me see who she's with. Blah, 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 blah. Those are they're the same people. I'll never forget. I'm that girl that if there was someone messing with the underdogs or the people, I wanted to be friends with them. So because I knew that at a certain level, that they wouldn't mess with me because of my family or what have you, but I could protect them just by being there. And I remember this girl. They used to call her bald headed all the time. Bald headed, bald headed, bald headed. They used to jump her, beat her up. And so one day I was like, I'm going to be friends with her. So I saw her being harassed by this young lady who was really always harassing everybody, okay? And so I asked her, I said, you want to come to lunch with me? I was like, I got my mother, I don't know why we used to have so much money, but my mom used to give my brother and I, my stepdad actually used to give us $10 a day. I don't know why we needed $10 a day, but I had money. And so I was like, I want to go to lunch. I got money. And she was like, no, like, why do you want to be my friend? I was like, no, no, no. I said, no, it's okay. Come, I'm going to treat you to lunch. So we had tater tots and fish sticks. And so we were eating, and I could feel this girl coming by, this bully girl come by. She comes by and she asked me, she said, why are you sitting with her? And I was like, because I'm sitting with her. But I was sitting with her to protect her. I wasn't, not to protect her so I could fight, but I knew that if I was with her, she's less likely to be bullied. So I was sitting with her so she wouldn't be bullied. And I wanted her to have a nice lunch. I had the money. And she said, why are you sitting with her? I said, I'm sitting with her because I'm sitting with her. And she was like, walked by and flipped her her lunch, her tater tots and everything. And so I gave her my tater tots. I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I said, they're just jealous. They're just jealous. And she's like, they call me bald head. They call me bald head. And I just remember feeling like everything that they did to her, she was internalizing it. And she was becoming what they said she was. You're ugly duckling. Oh, you ugly. That's why you got big lips. That's why you black. That's why you're black and ugly with big lips. And I couldn't protect her from all of those things because um, that's just what the experience was for her in school. But I also had my experiences until I got old enough to know that all I needed to do was for somebody to know who I belonged to, and it was like a rap. Oh, that's Karima, don't mess with her. But that took some time. But I also knew that I could use that to protect the people who other people would kind of bully. And so I don't know why I went around with this, like, this little cape, this little, I'm going to save all the people that the bullies mess with kind of thing, right? But I knew very early on that the bullies of the schools, whether it be elementary, high school, or otherwise, that these people, they don't no longer become bullies. They become vindictive, manipulative human beings. And perhaps it's because of their environment, perhaps it's because of whatever, but that is who they are. Now that I've said that, and I've taken you all the way through my experience growing up with my very first bully, okay, my very first bully, um, and and going through this phase. I don't know, I was going through this phase of I was wearing like these stickers and everything, like, I don't know, it was weird. But I felt like I was protecting everybody because of, and it could have been because of my experience. I wanted everybody to know that, this is for the outliers, you know what I mean? I got your back. You don't have to worry, you know. And I know that those people become adults that are problematic. They become the politicians who are, I don't want to get too deep, but they don't change, so to speak, okay? And that's what I want to talk about in this video. I know we've been going for 15 minutes already, but sorry, y'all, my braids are a little too tight. One moment. If you are one of my young people and you are watching this video, because for some reason, when I look at my 18 to 24 and then my 24 to, I think it says 30, that's my age group here on this channel, and then 35 to 40. But folks my age are, they're not here. So if you had this experience where I took you through that whole remembering, is because what no one talks about in femininity, and this is why the Return of the Divine Feminine book, this is why the book is important, is because every experience that you've ever had, both positive, negative, neutral, those you don't remember, they are stored in every bone in your body, down to the marrow. Every atom of your body has a memory of that experience. Okay? And remember what I told you about the young lady from high school who I was trying to protect, and I bought her lunch, and she was internalizing that ugliness that the world just kept telling her, oh, you're bald headed, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're that. It didn't matter what I tried to contribute. I thought it didn't matter what I was trying to contribute. But about, what year was that? 2016? She found me on Facebook, okay? She found me on Facebook, or was it Instagram? Either one. It was a social media site. She found me. She specifically looked for me, okay? And she thanked me. She is living in Europe right now, okay? She's living in Europe, and she is doing well for herself. Can I give you a shout out? Can I say your name? No, I won't say your name to protect you, okay? But I'm extremely proud of you. And I won't cry. I'm proud of you. If only they could see you now. Okay? If only they could see you now. I'm cracking my knuckles because that's what I was willing to do. Right? I was like, I got your back. But she is doing well. Extremely well. If only I could just put your picture up so they can see you now, darling. If they could see how well you're doing now, the contributions that you were making, and how you were able to overcome all of that trauma that they inflicted on you. I'm extremely proud of you. I want you to know that um, the times that, I tried to take you to lunch or try to protect you or all of those things, I don't deserve credit for that. I don't. I was just doing to you what I had wished someone had did to me back in 5th grade, back in kindergarten with my Pussy Willows. So I was only doing to you what I wish somebody would have done to me. And I'm so happy that you found me. I'm so happy that we reconnected. I'm so happy I get to see what your life is like now. And so I'm using this story to motivate my tribe members, especially those who are on this journey of femininity. Understand that everything that's ever happened to you is stored in the marrow of your DNA. But there's some unlearning that you're going to have to do, like my friend did, okay? It severely impacted how she viewed herself, whether or not she thought she was beautiful, how she didn't feel pretty. And her not feeling pretty, it didn't come from home. It's not like the people at home told her she wasn't beautiful. No, it was her experiences in school and her experiences out in the real world that did that to her, that told her that she wasn't pretty enough. Honey, look at her now, okay? Only they can see you now. But if you had that experience growing up, people want you to forget. They're going to say, that happened 20 years ago. You were 5 years old. They want to dismiss your traumatic experiences. But here's what I want you to understand is that those things no one can dismiss, okay? And probably the people who are telling you to dismiss it or to get rid of it or to forget about it, those are probably the people who inflicted pain on others while they themselves were in school. But what I want you to do is I want you to, it's not that you can't unlearn what you already know, right? But I want you to take a look at yourself, really take a look at yourself and say, why do I feel this way about myself? So I want you to take a look at yourself in the mirror and I want you to say to yourself, why do I feel this way about myself? Why do I not feel pretty? Why do I not feel beautiful? Why do I not feel enough? Why do I not feel like I can measure up? Did someone manipulate me into believing or to believing that I am who I am? Do I now look at myself through the eyes of someone else? Do I look at myself now in my adult state as the way that my bully from 5th grade or 6th grade or 7th grade or 8th grade, is that the way they saw me and now I see myself like that? I need you to understand that manipulative, vindictive, dangerous women, okay, they don't just one day become that way. They have been that way for a very long time. We're going to end this video here, okay? Listen to me. You don't stop coming in contact with those women, okay? You're going to meet them in corporate America. You're going to meet them on the way up. Okay, those evil, vindictive high school students are now adults. What you have to do is you have to learn how to deal with them. Okay, you cannot speak their language. Okay, you know, the violence for violence or violence for nonviolence. What you do, you starve them of the attention because that's what they've always wanted. They always wanted to be seen. Go back to my Pussy Willow story. That jealousy that it evoked in her. You can't have that joy I want it for myself. That's what they want. They want the attention of the person that they're jealous of. They see in the other person what they want for themselves, okay? And I'm not asking you to have complete sympathy for them, okay? I'm just asking you to see it for what it really is, okay? The people who say, you know, I don't like her because she's pretty. I literally heard a conversation with two girls saying, I don't like her. And the other one said, why? What'd she do? She's like, I don't know. I just don't like her. I don't like her. And I'm thinking to myself, the girl is hot. Her body is snatched for the gods. That might be why she don't like her, okay? But that's what I mean by saying that these people have their own set of trauma, their own set of experiences that they are leading the rest of their lives with, okay? And how they approach the rest of their lives is from that perspective. It doesn't get healed up if they don't get help. It doesn't automatically fix itself because they're now 35 and 45. That stuff is still there. Those are deep seated issues that don't go away. Okay? That's the first lesson. Second lesson is this, okay? Remember what I said, you're going to see them throughout your entire life, okay? They don't go away. But this one is for my brothers, the men out there, okay? You have to understand that there are going to be some women that you are going to be dealing with who have been broken long before you got there. Long before you got there, they've been broken. And so they see the world from their perspective. Okay? I seen a guy, I don't know if this was on TikTok. Yeah, it was TikTok. A young guy was doing a video and he's singing a song I have the song in my head, but I can't. Dun, 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 something like that. But he's singing a song, and there was a young lady in the bed, and she wakes up and she slaps him, and I'm like, whoa! And he just kept singing the song, unbothered, trying to be unbothered. You could tell he was bothered, but he's still singing the song, and my heart goes out to him because I'm like, she's hurting him for because this is learned behavior. Well before this brother got there, she was already damaged, okay? Already damaged, already hurt, already disappointed, already feeling unloved. And so that hurt she internalized, and now she has to give it to every person that she, you know, is close to, every person that she comes across, okay? So, brothers, you got to understand that, you know, this idea that women are all soft and they're all frilly and they're all, they're all just perfect beings. Understand that the feminine experience is based on the woman's experience herself. That's why I say it is going to take a woman her walking into femininity, okay? It is the unlearning, the reprogram, it is the uncovering, it is the getting healed up, it is changing, it is the rearranging, it is the saying, hold on a second. I am coming from a broken space when I approach the world. Let me change that. That is a walking into, okay? That is a walking into. And I'm going to read this last thing for you guys, and then we're going to be out, okay? Let me read this last thing, and then we're going to be out. This is from the book, The Return of the Divine Feminine. Go ahead, put it right there. All right. Um, it is from the introduction. Okay, and I'm pulling this from the Oduise. I'm pulling this from Ifa. Okay, an African tradition. I don't want to get too deep into it, but there you go. Okay, and it talks about the story of Oshun. Okay, this is why I need people to understand that feminine is not always soft, okay? It is going to be experienced from the woman's perspective, her own place, her own space, her own healing and or lack thereof, okay? And it's a journey. In it, we're in the introduction, okay? You got the book there, right? Okay. It said the story goes, Oshun was angered because she was not invited to an event. Even though she was responsible for the event, she was not invited. The gods kept the details of the event away from Oshun, and she was extremely angry. It began to have wrathful forms of retribution. Okay? When Rumila presented Dumlier with his grievances about Oshun's anger, okay, Odumlier told Rumila to apologize to Oshun. Apologize and invite her. Okay? This story teaches men something simple about women. Apologies go a long way. It is wise not to devalue or to take for granted the divine feminine energy. I am saying that because femininity, darlings, there's another side of that. There is the wrathful forms of retribution when a woman can become evil, vindictive, manipulated, and that is the worst kind of pain you ever want to feel. Piss off a woman, anger a woman, especially one who comes from an already troubled past. You are going to feel the wrath of someone who is calculating, okay? Calculated in such a way that they are willing and ready to ruin you and everything that you worked hard for, okay? Because the problems and the troubles run deep, okay? The troubles and the problems run deep. This is why I'm telling you guys that femininity is not just one way. It's not just one way. That too is feminine. And I always take you guys back to the story of Elder Eden when she's at the king and her foot is in his chest and she has a knife and he says, this too is feminine. Yes, femininity. Also, there is this manipulative and evil, vindictive side of it too, which can be a form of, of adding the retribution or getting, or in our culture we call it, rebalancing a state of mayat. That second energy comes up to make forth balance, to kind of regain energy. But It's not going to always be soft and frilly. Femininity, on the opposite side of that, can also be extremely evil. And that too is feminine. Yes? I hope you understand where I went with that. I hope you get it. That too is feminine. That too, the evil woman who flips over a plate of a young girl's school lunch, that too is feminine. Yes, the evil woman who manipulates a man into doing something he didn't otherwise want to do, that too is feminine. Okay? The angry, bitter friend that you have who's using information against you so that your boyfriend can break up with you, that too is feminine. Yes? Yes. In femininity, okay, just like with all things, there is a polarity. I think I said this. You have the hot, you have the cold, the up, the down, the left, the right. The opposite is always true. Okay? It's a long video, but I swear I hope you guys stay with me. If you are struggling with your femininity, I want you to do a thing or two, okay? I want you to first see whether or not, or witness yourself as yourself. I think I said this in the last video. Become the observer. Take a look at yourself and see, well, am I looking at myself through someone else's eyes? And the set of eyes that I'm looking at myself through are those eyes that are vindictive and manipulative and dangerous and all of those things. Ask yourself that question and come up with an answer, right? Once you come up with an answer, I want you to enroll in therapy. Get some help. Help someone help you work through those things. And the truth is that you might be dealing with something from your childhood. You might be dealing with something from first grade. You might be dealing with something from high school. You might be dealing with the fact that you never the guys in high school never brought you Valentine's cards, or you never got teddy bears in high school. The girl who never got the teddy bears in high school, I remember getting a bag of those little hearts and put it on the desk of this girl because I just knew how she felt. So I put it on her desk. I was like, Happy Valentine's Day. That little girl, or that girl, you don't think she still has that internalized troublesome? Yes, of course. This is why Elder Eden is necessary. This is why Elder Eden is necessary, because everyone's experience is going to be different. Not all of us were in a soft, cocoon growing up. Some of us were born in the concrete jungles of North New Jersey. And then we had to navigate through the waters and counsel and get counsel and fix things for ourselves and experience and go outside of that 4-block radius to experience life, loving, living for what it really is. Okay? It's a journey, my darlings. You are going to come in contact with some very manipulative, jealous, evil women. But understand that too is feminine. Until next time, I want you to be healed. Yeah. Feminine power. Be healed. And I want you to be inspired by this video, of course. Be empowered with this video, of course. And be well. Bye, guys. See you with the next upload.